Alright, it's a fake news weather report, alarmist style. And there's a lot of tation of the precipitory nature. Precipitation, that is, pretty much everywhere you go in the south and the east of the U.S. We got heavy stuff over Texas. We got a battle going on between Louisiana, where Texas is proving everything's bigger in Texas, and when I say things, I mean storms. Heavy storms on the Florida Panhandle. Atmospheric river creating more disturbances going up the East Coast. Put your boats in dry dock, everybody. Also, the entire state of Indiana and Ohio are completely inundated with heavy rainstorms and thunderstorms, and it's looking crazy. So, every place I put a circle right now, hard hat, underground bunker, get under a metal desk, do something like that. And that's here, 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 here. If you're on a boat, here. If you're on a boat, here. If you're on shore, here. These two entire states, and probably most of the state of California, because there's fires everywhere. We're not going to cover that, though, because, that's not going to be part of the alarmist forecast. That's too scary for real. See what's going on the cloud layer. According to the visible satellite, there are a lot of big clouds making a lot of big waves in a lot of big atmospheres. Oh, geez, what's going on there? Oh, boy, look at that. This area, these clouds they just appear out of nowhere. We'll cover that on a real science video a little later. But that looks like something scary. Could be a colonization by UFOs, a swarm of locusts, who knows? We got some heavy mixture going on here in Texas, and that's what's causing this little battle. Right now, Texas is saying, hey, Louisiana, everything's bigger in Texas. And Louisiana is saying, nuh-uh, not mud bogs. And Texas is like, maybe not mud bogs, but we got bigger storms than you do. And now they do. It's big. It's hard hat weather. Hard hat, motorcycle helmet, and hiding underground weather. Not hiding in an aluminum phone booth on top of a mountain. That's not a good idea. If you can find one, don't stand in it in the thunderstorm, right? All right, so let's look at the rest of the East Coast. You can see the atmospheric river. I don't know if you're out there, if you're on a transatlantic flight from any of these places, or a recreational flight or anything like that. If you see anybody hang gliding in a kayak, or hang gliding on a raft or anything on that atmospheric river, we'd be interested in seeing that. We'd gladly post a video of that. That line was unintentionally drawn. Here's the rest of them big clouds. Let's look at them on the water vapor map here so we can get a better clue of what's really going on and see what is unseen. There's Texas, proving that storms are bigger in Texas. Now, if this doesn't look like something scary, I don't know what does. It looks like two yin and yang style dry air tornadoes. One coming from Africa on the Saharan dust layer of dry air going across the entire ocean, and the other one pummeling the East Coast with all this moisture, telling the atmospheric river, hey, it's time to be escorted onto land, atmospheric river. So if you're around that area, I would look the hell out. Don't grab your ankles, grab your shovel and dig yourself an underground bunker. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but it is a weird situation. Possibly caused by, you know what, maybe the Druids and the Illuminati decided to team up. Maybe that's what's going on. A convergence of sorcery, perhaps. All right, let's look at this full-face motorcycle helmet weather going on here in Texas. You got this dry air coming down here. And then this wet air is trying to, go west. Said, bah! And then these clouds, they just get pitted. Just get so pitted like that. Last but not least, Let's take a look at something we don't usually look at. Remember we were talking about that atmospheric dust coming from Africa? Well, there it is. There's your Africa. There's your dry air coming across the entire ocean. And there it is, ended up in the South Atlantic. I guess you'd call it the Central Atlantic, just north of the Caribbean Sea. Is that accurate enough? And there you go. Now remember, on your way worrying and wringing your hands about whether or not Saharan dust storms will become North American dust storms, don't drink. And if you drink, don't worry about Saharan dust storms, because they're not going to happen in North America.